to this top workout. This workout is all about giving you a complete spectrum of movements, strength exercises and mobility exercises as well, so that this is a total body workout and you can do it in any kind of format that you want. You can take bits and pieces, or you can do it all together. You can do 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, whatever suits you, especially because anyone watching this could have totally different equipment, totally different starting levels and knowledge as well. So today I'm just going to go through things quite quickly, but then over the coming weeks I'm going to actually take 3 exercises from it and coach you through them so that you can do them more effectively if you are unsure of anything, and show you how to adapt them in case you are lacking mobility or strength, or you have pain in certain areas like knees, backs, etc. That means you can't do the exercise exactly as I showed them today. But for now, anything you can do, just pass over, it's fine. And get ready to adapt, because even I don't have all the equipment that is most useful for certain exercises, but you can just adapt to things you find in your own gym space or in your own home setting. So first of all, if you're working out at home, you'll know that pets and children can get in the way, so you have to work around them, and I'll be doing that today as well, sometimes. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start with some mobility exercises, as I said. So the first one is going to be lying down. There'll be a few on the ground. We'll start with the leg lowers. So we're going to do it either without any support, which looks like this, so both legs in the air, back feels pressed into the ground, the back doesn't change, one leg lowers down, and then the other leg, or you can grab a band or a towel, and you can use that to assist you, because some people just will not be able to get their leg up that high. So we're going to help them by getting, if I can manage it, getting the towel or band up here, using the hands then to hold that leg up so it's not just the muscles on the leg. And then we move up and down with the other leg. 5 times is the minimum reps I recommend. The harder you find this though, the more you might like to do up to 10 reps to get better at it faster. So that's 5 for me. I'm going to swap sides, show you from this side. So lower down. Now what I see with some people is they plunk down, so they really just let the leg fall. You actually want to control it all the way down and up. 4 and 5. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is a half kneeling adductor rock. So we're going to get on our knees, straighten out one leg, and then have our weight forward in our hands, and then sit back, trying to keep the back straight, trying to prevent any tucking or shortening around the low back, as we just bring the bum back towards the heel. So forward and back. We'll go for 5 here again. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then that's really going to help open up the groin. So we'll swap sides. As forward and back. 2, 3. Don't go too far into it. You could potentially overstrain it. So it's not about getting further, it's about getting that stretch that feels like it's about, 6 or 7 out of 10. But you're not having to hold your breath. It's not a scary level of intensity. So next one is just, we're going to get the quads. A lot of people need their quads stretched out, especially desk workers. So we're going to go on our sides, and here, this is where the pet gets in the way. So we're going to try and bring up the bottom leg. If you can, grab it super. If you can't, it doesn't matter. You can just have it hanging there, wherever's comfortable. But I'm going to grab mine. I'm going to try and pull the foot up, and then I'm going to pull that that leg back, so that my knee doesn't shoot up, and it's coming back and trying to get it in line with my hip. That's quite difficult. And for a lot of people it will be. But you're trying to pull it back that way, and again, you're not trying to use your back. So in this case, it might arch forward, and you're trying not to let that happen. That's where holding this bottom leg up helps prevent the back from coming too involved. Okay, then we'll swap sides. We're going for about anything up to 30 seconds really. And you can also make it a bit more dynamic by pulling, relaxing, pulling, relaxing. Pull this up, pull, relax. So if I'm doing it dynamically, I like to do about 5 again. 5 is a good number, but anything up between 5 and 10, depending on how stiff you are as well, how much of a warm-up you need. And now, stay on your side, because we're going to go into a windmill, so a thoracic windmill. So what we can do here is either use our fist to keep our top knee in place, or a foam roller. Just up here. The foam roller will make it a little bit easier if you are struggling, because it's a bit higher off the ground than your fist will be. So here, I'm just going to place this hand wherever is comfortable really, but out in front is the best place for it. Place the other hand on top, and then you're going to try and swing that arm around on the floor. Place myself in a bad position here, but then try and bring it all the way down to your bum. So you're going to swing it around, up on the floor, and back to where you started. I'm going to come out a bit, around. Try and keep the knee on the foam roller and the hand on the floor. So a lot of people get stuck here and it'll just lift up and you can't get it on. That's fine. That's what you're trying to improve. So you can help yourself out a bit by getting your head and eyes to follow your hand as it goes around, because the neck will really help rotation in the thoracics as well. You're going to do 5 on each side for that one too. I'm just going to change my angle here. One. 2. 3. 4. Another thing to do is to breathe out as you're reaching around that sticking point. That'll help bring the ribs down and help them move a bit more freely. 5. Okay, so the last thing I want to do is a standing exercise. So we're actually going to use our movement to get the whole spine, use our breath, to get the whole spine expanding and a little bit of pressing. So we're just going to get it to open up and close down, but in a rotated position. So we're going to have one hand up, the other hand down, and we're going to twist towards the side where the hand is up. So if I have my left hand up, I'm going to twist to the left, and then from there I'm going to move my head. Each time I move my head, I'm going to take a breath in and out. So I'm going to move it to the left, I'm going to rotate left, I'm going to breathe in and out. You do that once or twice. Then I'm going to lean it to the right. Breathe in. All through the nose, ideally. Lean it to the left. Look right. Look up. And look down. Okay, then we're going to repeat it to the other side. So right hand up, left hand down, rotate, stay tall, look right, breathe in, lean left, lean right, look left, and then look up, look down. And come out of it. So that's the start. So it's our mobility section. You can do that as often as you like, and in terms of you can do it every day without strength exercises, or you can just use it as warm-up for any kind of gym exercise. So now we're ready to go into our strength and resistance exercises. So I'm going to start with one that I love and a lot of fun to get into it. It's the kettlebell swing. So don't worry if you don't have a kettlebell. If you have a dumbbell, you can also just hold it up where the plate is and have it dangling vertically and use that instead. It does work. The kettlebell is better for it, but the dumbbell can work absolutely fine. But otherwise, if you don't have either, you can just use a bag and you can actually hold onto the handles as long as it's not going to hit the floor. So as I said, in other weeks I'm going to teach it more thoroughly, so if you don't understand it today, you can just do something alternative. You can also just work on jumps, if you can actually jump. So that's perfect. So if we grab a kettlebell, we're going to do 10 swings. I like to start it in front of me like this, and then I'm going to pull back through the legs and push through for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and place it back down nice and safely. Every time you're picking up or lowering down weights, you do want to make sure that you're doing it well and you're not just reaching back and twisting, especially as you get tired. So next exercise is going to be our split squats. So we're going to do one leg in front of the other, and we're going to drop the back knee down. So we're keeping the feet static. So a lot of people might call this a lunge, but this is a split squat because we're not actually stepping into it like a lunge. So we're going to do 8 each side in this as well. So if you want to grab a weight, super, hold it up with your chest, take a decent step forward or back. It's easier to step back. So if your feet are here, take a good step back. Then as you go down, make sure your weight is in that front leg. We're going to go for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to swap sides. And we're going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. And you go to 10. Alright, the next exercise is a push-up. So if you want to do your push-up, hands elevated, just pick a countertop, a couch, a ledge, a desk, anything sturdy. Otherwise you can just do them on the floor. We're going to go for 8 here as well. So actually, quick tip, for depth, it's quite nice to use books or plates underneath in case you aren't sure how consistent you are or you're only slowly working down to the floor. Place your hands either side of the books or plates, and then you just try and tip your chest off that each time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. So the next thing we're going to do is just a simple core exercise. So side plank. And what we're going to do is hold this for 20 seconds. If you need to, you can go on your knees, but the standard one is both feet either on top of each other but straight out. So sorry, either in the top of each other or one could be in front, but the knees are straight. So we're going to pop, I'm going to stack, lift up, 20 seconds. I'm going to try and drive up my hip, my side here, and I'm going to bring this top hand to point up towards the ceiling. Also want to make sure my head isn't drooping, so I'm going to keep that up so that I feel like I'm straight through the nose and belly button. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to swap sides. It's really good to try and breathe out fully, so make sure you are breathing as well in all of these exercises. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So the next thing is a deadlift. So if you do happen to have a bar that you are used to deadlifting with, great. Most people watching this, I presume you're going to be working with dumbbells or kettlebells. So you can grab out whichever one you have, and we're going to just do 10 reps. So we have the bell in between the feet, and we just want to come down by bending forward, keeping the knees where they are, and then bending them a little bit more so that you can actually get down to your waist. Then push up through the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next thing we're going to do is a row. So again, you want to grab a weight, whatever you're working with. I will show alternatives with a band in the other videos coming up. But for today, we're assuming weights. So you're going to have something to lean on with one hand, with the feet parallel. And we're going to go for 8 rows each arm. So grab the weight and then pull it back towards your hip, not your armpit. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swap arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, down here on our elbows, and we're going to stretch out our legs, make our body feel really long, and hold this for 20 seconds. Try to not let the hips go up or side down. So just think about reaching your heels to the wall behind you. And if you pull your elbows, you'll get those abs firing as well. So imagine you're trying to pull the floor underneath you towards your heels. Stretch heels out and do another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. So next is going to be an overhead press. So we're going to grab any weight that you have. If kettlebells are too heavy or too light, I have a 4. I'll just use, if I find this, it doesn't matter. I have my 5 here, so I'm just going to use that. So the position you want to get in for this overhead press is on one knee, ideally. If you have sore knees, so you can't kneel on them, sit down instead. So this way we keep a better control over our low back. So we don't want to be using our back at all really, so at least if we can keep our hips stable, that'll help keep our back, low back number stable as well. And then we just want a little movement here around the upper thoracics, but most of the movement to come from that shoulder blade and arm reaching up along the back, reaching up to the ceiling, and we'll go for 8 each side. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Any troubles with holding the weight, if you're using a plate as well, like this, you just pop it more so on the back of your wrist and just push it like that. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, next one, ideally we'll have a band. So I'm going to grab my red band, but you can use many types of bands here except for the very thick ones. Any kind of thin one, open or closed loop is good. And this is just an anti-rotation exercise for the core called Pallof press. We're going to set up the band so that we're perpendicular to it, across a bit here, and then we're going to be feeling like it's trying to twist us in. So we want to resist that as we press the band straight ahead. We keep our feet close underneath our hips. We can bend the knees a little bit, but we can keep them fairly straight otherwise. And then you press out, and you should feel like your torso, your hips, they have to work just that little bit, that nice amount, in order to not lose their position. So we're going to do 8 each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we just change direction. So we just face the other way and go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's that done. So the very last exercise now is going to be a lat pull down. So I'm going to assume not everyone has the cables. So I'm going to show you again with a band. I'll just grab this one out. You just need to be able to loop it over something like a door frame, somewhere sturdy. And then you want to try and get it under it as much as possible. So that's where kneeling down as well helps here. So you can kneel on both knees and then just pull down, reach up. And down. So we're going to go for 10 of these. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they are the 10 strength exercises. So there's a lot of different movements there. They all target specific planes of movement. So we've got vertical push-pull, horizontal push-pull, we've got some knee dominant action, some hip dominant action, and we've got some core and the side, front, and rotational aspects. So that's why those 10 exercises have been picked. So I'm going to go through them all again now with not much talk, just rep counting, instructing what the exercise is going to be, and then you can just come along with me or stop and take a break now. As I said, if you don't have swings, you can jump. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Down. We're going to our split squat next. Grab this back up. 8 each leg. Big step back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swap sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Actually, I'll grab some more now. While it's there. Push-ups are next. I'll use these again. And we're going for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not my strongest lift. Okay, side plank. Onto the side. 20 seconds, off we go. Try to breathe in and out through your nose, or at least in through your nose if you're recovering from your breath. Good job, 5 more seconds. And swap. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Deadlift is next. I'm going to grab 2 kettlebells here. Just show you how to do it. Double. So it's just slightly wider because there's a bit more in the terms of the space of the kettlebells take up. Otherwise, we're going for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going for a row, 8 each arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nearly there. Go into a front plank. 20 seconds. Now off we go. Seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Next one is our overhead press. Grab the plates. So we'll go 8 each arm. 1 knee down, 1 knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. two left. Band press, pull-off press. 1, 8, and press away. 1, 2, going for 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a little bit easy, so bring it further to make it a little bit harder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then our last one is a lat pull down. So I'll grab the band again onto both knees in order to get that full reach, otherwise the band will be too slack. If you can get it to a higher point, fire away with that. If you prefer, you can do that standing. So 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And that is your workout complete. So feel free to come back to this video anytime you want to repeat it.